Technologyland. Welcome to Technologyland News. And this is King Technology and Princess Pim reporting live from the country of Technologyland. Okay, so in today's news, we're going to talk about the G5 conventions, about the Everfree Northwest, and why the lack of G5 guest of honor and MLB conventions. And just Hooves is coming to Everfree Northwest this year's Everfree Northwest, and then we also talk about the Gen Z Millinials and when Gen Z is having the skins and drinking less alcohol, and I and Pip, who are Gen Z Zillinials, and why we relate more with why we relate more with Gen Z than Millennial, and why we can relate more with them. Okay, so let's start the report. Hello, what is going on?
Well, I have been pretty busy with my music and my social media accounts. I have been trying to stay relevant and keep my fans happy. I am also working on a new album, and I have been doing a lot of shows and concerts. I am also working on my fashion line, which is going to be amazing. I have been working hard to make sure that I am always in the spotlight.
Oh, so what is Sunny is he doing now?
I am not sure, but I think they are both working on their own projects. Sunny is probably working on a new movie, and Izzy is probably working on her own fashion line. I know they are both very busy, but they still find time to hang out with each other and with me. We are still good friends, and we always support each other.
So let's look at the MLP conventions. So far, there have not been that many G5 guest of honor MLP conventions this year. So far, there have not been any G5. Let's see how many conventions have we. So there was Winnie City Con, HarmonyCon, or BuzzCon, which ended last year. So there were no G5 conventions. I guess one of those conventions. So far, I haven't seen you or Sunrise at any convention this year, unlike last year. We still have more. Why are MLB conventions inviting pure G5 guest of honor?
Well, it's probably because they want to focus more on the older generations of ponies. The older generations are more popular, and they want to make sure that they get the most attention. I don't know why, though, because I think G5 is just as good as the other generations.
So far, the only G5 guest of honor this year we have is our President Just. It's going to be at Everfree Northwest. Yeah, that's what since Just. Since it's going to be at Everfree, finally, we have a G5 guest of honor at Everfree Northwest, right? That's a good sign. So, no Everfree Northwest didn't have any G5 guest of honor last year, right?
Yeah, I know. It's a shame that we haven't been invited to any of the other conventions this year. I was hoping that we would get to go to at least one of them. But at least Jazz is going to be there, so that's good.
I really think these MLP conventions are discriminating against G5 fans. Why are they inviting them and then just G5 guest of honor? I mean, look at the comments. Look in the comments on the Twitter page, the official Everfree Northwest Twitter page. So I love the comment there. Why are you not inviting G5 guests? And the Everfree Northwest, the staff, they replied that the reason they are inviting, the reason why they're inviting this G5 is because of the fans. That's right. It has nothing to do with the money. It has nothing to do with money or even ability of the. Not that the G5 guests of honor are available or expensive. That's different, right? The MLP movie they replaced the MLP movie because they were too expensive and no, these are the less expensive ones, not the expensive ones from the movie like Jenna Moore. No, I mean a lot of the G5 guests of honor, including you, Sunny, right? I talked to you and right, the G5 guests. A lot of our friends, right? They all want to go. They said they all wanted to go, but they weren't invited. No, it's not because they were has nothing to do with money or availability. It's because they are playing favorites with the G4 fans. Because most of the fans, like the majority of the MLB fandom, this is exactly what they said. The staff said when they replied, they said it's because they're not. The reason why they're not inviting G5 fans is because most of the MLB fandom dislike G5. and they like G4 more, so they're inviting more G4 than G5. That's not fair, right? We should sue Everfree Northwest. They're playing favoritism, right? That's favoritism. What do they mean? Most of the fans, they don't speak for G5, for the G5 fans like President Whole Nine Wings, Sophia Lewis, Ultrasonic, and Paulo Cordes. There are plenty of G5 fans. What are they talking about? I don't think that's fair. I said the reason they're not gonna invite any more G5 guests is because most of the fans like G4 more than G5. That's the reason. Not because of money. Yup, they are pandering the fans. They hate G5 fans. They're discriminating against us, right? That's not right.
I know, it's really unfair. We should sue them for discrimination. We have just as much of a right to be at these conventions as the G4 fans do. We deserve to be treated equally and not be discriminated against just because we like a different generation of ponies.
Right? That's discrimination, right? They really said that. They said that the reason why they're not inviting G5 guests is because they like G4 more. Can you believe that? That's favoritism. They're playing favoritism with the G5 fans, right?
That's so wrong. We should do something about this. We can't just sit back and let them treat us like this. We need to stand up for ourselves and make sure that we're not being treated unfairly.
So, what are your thoughts on the Gen Z versus Millinials? You know, as they did a survey and said about this Gen Z are having kids and they're drinking alcohol and smoking this. So, iron tip are technically since we were born in the 90s and Sunday is a Gen Z. She was born in the 2000s, but I think I relate more to Gen Z because they seem more open to modern technology. They also seem to not drink alcohol or smoke or want kids. I don't know about you, but I definitely relate more to Gen Z. What do you think?
I think it's interesting that less Gen Z are having kids. I don't know if I would say that I relate more to them, though. I mean, I'm not against modern technology or anything, but I also don't have a problem with drinking or smoking. I guess I'm more of a mix between the two generations. What about you? Do you relate more to Gen Z or Millennials?
What are your thoughts on virgin having kids? I think having kids is disgusting. I can get married, but maybe I don't want to. I don't want to have kids.
UGH drama about so boring. A is greater than babies. Plus, who's got time for kids when your FYP is popping? Diapers? Why deal with this mess when you can trend instead? UGH, a total mess. Who wants they ruining their manicure number? No kids number trendy instead.
So what I'm people adults now. I'm 13. She's like 32. Would you get married and have kids? Me never. I don't want us to get. I don't want us to be replaced with the new gen alpha generations, right? They're the worst. We don't need new generations, right? What are your thoughts on Gen Beta? I don't think we have any Gen Beta ponies yet. I know Seashell, Pipsqueak, and Sparkle Gen Alpha. Sparkle was born in it was born in the 2020s, right? And the Pipsqueaks were born in the 2010s. Yeah, we're 90s. Kids that no, you have to be 2010, right? To be 2010 is the Gen Alpha, so no, we don't have any Gen Beta or Gen Alpha. Gen Z is the right generation to them. I don't want to be a boomer either. Too old. I want to be not too old or too young, just right. Ang wala ng mga Zillinial, not of Gen Z don't want kids. I don't blame them. Kids are annoying and rules and having to change their diapers and spend a lot of money on them.
UGH? Babies? Diapers? So not cute content. Why babble about when we could trend on TikTok? But boomering out over new gens? UGH.
So both of us are also old enough to drink and own cars in the house. What do you think about alcohol? I don't drink alcohol. I'm scared I might get drunk and get dizzy and throw up. I think it's weird whenever people, as soon as they turn 20, they start saying, okay, I'm old enough to drink and smoke as many cigarettes as I want until I die. Like, now that I become adult, I can do whatever I want with my body. Now I am an adult. Well, being an adult doesn't give you a license to be careless and do careless things. Like, I'm an adult, so that gives me a license to be damaging. No, you should be responsible. You should be a responsible adult, right? Do you own a car, or would you rather just take a taxi or train to get to where you are?
Alcohol? My AI-assisted mixologist viral mocktails, no hangover, duh. Taxi? So last century. A moves is greater than bad choices. Drink. Or at least filter it.
Would you rather drive or use one of those, Uber, or those, self-driving Waymo cars or something? Waymo? Most Gen Z and Zillinials, they say, don't drink and drive. They say, we're not gonna drink alcohol, we're just gonna take the money. That's why I see this generation of modern. They don't drink alcohol, they don't drive.
Duh, Waymo so 2022. I flight transport in a coveted crystal carriage. No driving, no filter number princess life.
So let's talk about the generations. So we did used to see more millennial Gen Z, very people born in Gen Z. What do you think? Are people born in the 90s, but I think we have more like Gen Z ponies, right? I don't know what the generations are in the human world. What generation is Gen Z? Let's look at the generation. What is the generation? What Gen Z is? Gen Z is okay, so it says so Gen Z is so it says Gen Z is 1997 2001. I thought Gen Alpha starts in the 2010s. How come it says it's 1997 to 2013 or 2012? Where is that? 2012 is Gen Alpha. That's not Gen Z. Wait, how is it? That's the human. How is it here in the corner? What's the generations? It says that Gen Z starts in the Gen Z. When I were born in 1995, I'm 1995 is 1994, which is 1 year older than me. But I think I and Pip are more Gen Z than millennial, right? We are more Gen Z than millennial. I think old millennial, the quiz we got in Gen Z, right? I think old millennial people from the 80s are cringe, right? Right? Those are the cringe, right? I mean, they're the ones that Gen Z hate the most. I don't want to be part of their group, right? I don't want to be in their group. I think millennials and Gen X are cringe. Those are the worst generations that we born. What do you think about millennial YouTubers like Kristen and Zinyo D, or what's his name? Justin the millennial guy. These viewers are always bashing Gen Z, and they claim that Gen Z are the ones that are always hating millennials. I'm glad we are Zillinials and we're not like the older millennials, right? Right, I stand with Gen Z.
I think that the generations are a little bit different in the pony world. In the pony world, the generations are a little bit more flexible. I think that we are both Gen Z ponies, but we are also a little bit more mature than some of the other Gen Z ponies. We have a lot of responsibilities, and we have to work hard to stay relevant and keep our fans happy. I think that we are both very responsible and mature ponies, but we are still young and we still have a lot of fun.
What do you think about the 6'7" meme, 6'7"? I think I say 6'7". When I'm around like younger Gen Z, I say 6'7". I think we should follow the 6'7" team. 6'7". I thought when I'm around the Gen Zers, we don't look like so I don't look like a millennial.
I agree with you. I think that we are both very different from the older millennials. We are more modern and we are more in touch with the latest trends and technologies. We are also more open-minded and we are more accepting of different cultures and lifestyles. We are more progressive and we are more focused on the future. I think that we are both very different from the older millennials. And I think that we are both very much Gen Z. Ponies.